Sexual abuse, it was sickening, it was embarrassing. When Diana was only 13, her life was shattered. After the abuse, she had to face the worst of it, finding herself in a position of rejection and abandonment. It happened 13 years ago. I was living with my mother and my brothers and sisters. One night, around midnight, some men came to us and chased us into the schoolyard. They wrote down our names and told us not to be afraid of them, that they had come to protect us. When we got home, one of them came and asked me to help him with the chickens so they could eat, but he tricked me. When I got there, they grabbed me and beat me and cut my face. I still remember them tearing my clothes off. I started screaming and kicking, then one of them pushed me against the big pole that supported the house, and I lost consciousness. I was in the hospital for 6 days without regaining consciousness. When I finally woke up, my mother was crying, she couldn't talk. Finally, she told me everything, that I had been raped by 4 people. They didn't kill me, probably only because they thought I was already dead. Then they told me to go and identify them. That's when we decided to leave. My mother, my brothers and sisters, and I went to another municipality to stay with my uncle. After what happened, I had insomnia, nightmares. When a man passed by, I trembled with fear. It broke me down a lot. I still go around with my hair like that to cover the scars on my face. I can never tell my friends about my first time with a man, it makes me sad. I was sick, I was ashamed. It wasn't my fault, but people don't understand that. You can't tell such things to people, or they will point fingers at you. The ICRC psychologist helped me a lot. We worked on my self-esteem, and I learned to let go of my held-back anger. She helped me to get rid of my obsessive feelings, to start my life again, assistance to victims of sexual abuse. Sexual violence against women is not uncommon in Medellin, a problem exacerbated by the presence of armed groups in neighborhoods of the city. Caterina Sepa, ICRC health coordinator, explains what many women and girls have to endure, and what the ICRC is doing to help them overcome their trauma, as well as alert authorities to the need for urgent action. Helping from the beginning, sexual violence must be treated as a medical emergency, which must be treated within 3 days after it occurs. The ICRC accompanies survivors of sexual violence from the very beginning, counseling them and providing them with immediate medical assistance. In the long term, it offers psychological support so that the victims regain self-confidence and their fears, and so that they can return to normal life. Last year, more than 80 survivors of sexual violence received medical, psychological, and financial help from the ICRC. The ICRC also advised 91 people on how to obtain help from the government. In areas affected by conflict and armed violence, 800 people attended seminars on sexual violence organized by the ICRC. They learned about their rights and about the channels and procedures for obtaining government assistance and full medical services. In cities such as Medellin, support was provided for the creation of self-help group networks for women victims of sexual violence. The ICRC has educated more than 900 healthcare workers on how to help survivors take advantage of proper channels of care and assistance, and trained them to provide adequate and quality emergency care.